Okay, so the topic I put on today was for supporting new coaches and how to help them. And I'm going to be honest, this is not a strong point of mine. I kind of struggle with this a lot still, like 4 years later. So it's still a learning process for me. And I think that it can be really hard sometimes because if somebody doesn't want it as much as you want it for them, like that can get a little frustrating. Or if like you believe in somebody that they don't really believe in themselves, it can be really frustrating because you can't make people do things, right? The only thing that we can do as coaches is to share the resources, to give them what they need, make sure that they know the things they need to know, and then the rest is up to them. But it is our job to make sure that we're checking in often and, just being like that consistent person in their life. And a lot of times new coaches will become overwhelmed really quickly, and that can scare people away. They'll be like some people don't handle that well. So they might like back off completely and start ignoring you and like run away. So I think it's really important in that situation to like let them know that that's totally normal. There's a lot of information. It's a lot to learn and like they don't need to know everything at once. So I think like in the past, I'll share some mistakes I've seen. And these are things I've done too. So I've learned from them. So now hopefully I can share them with you and you cannot do them. One thing that I've seen in the past is someone will sign a new coach and then tag them in like 37 things in the team page, like all within 10 minutes. That overwhelms me. And like, I'm a veteran coach. So make sure that when you sign a new coach, you do not do that. I know there's tons of resources that you want them to see, but they won't look at anything if you tag them in a million things because they're going to be so confused. Their head's going to be spinning. What you want to do when you sign a new coach is tag them in, well, there's two options now. There's the first 30, which I created, and that document has every single link that's also in our cover photo. So like we used to tag people in the cover photo so that they could watch the GSR call, which we still need to update, by the way. And then they can go from there. But I put all of that stuff in the first 30 document. So you can tag them in that so that they have everything all in one place. You just need to search it in the team page. It should come right up. Or you can share it with them through message. Like you don't even have to tag them. You can just send it to them. That's going to have their GSR call, the coach basics, like objection stuff, personal development stuff. And it's important to start them out by saying like, watch the GSR call, and then we'll go from there. That's the very first thing they should do. From there, you should set up your GSR call with them. So they're going to watch the video and then you're going to have a call. If you're not comfortable with having a call, if you don't really know what you're doing, just ask your upline coach if they can do it with you. Like I know I'm happy to hop on a call with you and your new coaches. If you ever need somebody to do that, I can do that. So don't be afraid to ask. Okay. It's really, really important that you do that call so that you just like connecting with them, and kind of giving them a very, very basic view of what coaching is and what they need to do. Again, it's not to overwhelm them. It's not to give them all the information at once. It's just to like go over like the few things like establishing yourself on social media, showing up, sharing your journey, that kind of stuff. In addition to first 30, we also have the new coach checklist, which I don't really think is getting used. If you search it in Team Evolve, we created a checklist that takes you through like, these are the things you need to do with your new coach. And it's like, add them to Team Evolve and welcome them. Tag them in the GSR video, whatever, like all this stuff. And then from there, you'll see the phone call number 1. This is what you should cover on phone call number 1. So it lays it out for you really, really easily. Not only is it important for you guys to use that because it will guide your phone call and make sure that you don't miss anything, but you also need to be sharing it with your coaches so that they can be using it with their new coaches. So we have to make sure that duplication's taking place because I think a lot of people don't even know that exists. And that's kind of where we're falling short in helping new people. I know for me, I don't even know half of the people on our team. It's really difficult to keep up with who's coach is who's, like I see everybody in my newsfeed. I friend everybody, but like, I don't know everybody. So you have to make sure that you're taking personal responsibility for that person and ask your upline if you need help getting them started. Another thing that I still am not very good at this. It's something I'm working on. You have to continue treating them like a challenger. In the past, I've signed up a coach and I start talking to them about coach things and I forget that they're on their own journey. Mindy did a post about this a while back and asked everyone to be honest about like what they needed support with or if they felt supported. This is just something that it's just like a weakness of mine. So I've been trying to be better about that. You have to remember that they're still on their own journey. They still need you. Even if they're a coach, they still need you to check in with them, make sure that they're drinking their shakes, getting their workouts in, because truthfully, if they're not taking care of themselves, if they're not putting themselves first, they can't help anybody anyway. So like there's no use in talking about coach stuff if they're not doing anything for their own journey. Let's see, what else do I have? You want to give them simple tasks. Like I said, don't overwhelm, but in the first 30 document, I still want to perfect that a little bit, but I think it's a good starting point because it helps them build upon what they need to do. So like week 1, they're going to be just posting 2 times a day. That's it. Like we don't need to worry about inviting. We don't need to worry about starting conversations. We're just going to get them starting to share their journey because that's like the glue that holds our business together, right? So I think it's important that we do that, like not just give them all this stuff to do one time, but give them that first 30 and say, okay, for week 1, this is all you have to do. Like just do this, focus on this, master it. And then week 2, they're going to be building upon that. They're going to be starting conversations. Week 3, they're going to be starting to invite while doing all the other stuff. In week 4, they're going to be learning how to follow up. So rather than saying, you know, here's a list of 10 things you need to do, give them the first 30. Help them build upon it and check in and make sure they're doing it. You know, say, hey, I didn't see you post 2 times a day or 2 times today. You know, what's going on? Do you need help? Blah, blah, blah. I was just going to say something and I forgot. I think it's also important to let them know, I said this earlier, but they don't have to know everything right away. Like I still don't know everything. I'm still learning things all the time. And I think a lot of coaches feel like a fraud in the beginning. Did you guys ever feel that way? Like in the beginning you felt like a fraud. Like it's not like you sign up as a coach and then you like have all this confidence and you feel like a coach. That's not how it happens. You kind of feel like a fraud at first because you're like, I don't even know what I'm doing. And I'm like trying to help people. I think it's important to help them understand that you might feel a little odd at first. You might not feel like a coach, but the action has to come before you feel like a coach. Like you don't wait to feel like a coach to be a coach. You have to be a coach and then you'll start to feel like a coach. So help them understand that and just help them with the behaviors of like, this is what you're going to be doing. And as they do those things, they should be building confidence and they'll start to feel a little bit better and not so much like a fraud. But I mean, there's so much information out there that I think when you hear like veteran coaches talk, like people who have been in the business for like 6, 7, 8 years, they often say that they think that one of the biggest problems now is that there's too much information. There's too much for people to share or to learn. And so then they get really overwhelmed and they do nothing. I know Colleen's like this. If she gets overwhelmed, she just doesn't do anything. And a lot of people are like that. Like back in the day, like when they didn't have all this training, they just did like the simplest things and they figured it out. And I think people are more successful that way. So don't overwhelm them. Do not like give them a million things to do all at once. I think that's probably the most important thing. I think that's all I have on my list. What else? Do you have anything that either a question or something that has worked for you in the past as far as like helping your new coaches get started or anything to add? Nada? Nothing?
I know for me, that is my, like, a big struggle. I think especially when they say they just want to be a discount coach, then I like immediately back off and stop asking them questions. that's what I can tell you, that's where my fail is. And then therefore I get really nervous about the recruiting. I mean, obviously I have the sales down part, but I think it's the adding coaches I struggle with, and then teaching them to do what I do. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. I struggle with teaching people to do what I do. I still do. Like, it's very hard. Because if you're a self-motivator, and like for me, I had nobody who, like my coach, I don't even know where she is. She never helped me. So I didn't have that. I just kind of like watched videos and figured it out on my own. And so it's hard for me to like teach other people how to do it. Cause I'm like, just do it. Like, but we have to understand that everyone's different. Like everyone has different personalities. But as far as like, when someone tells you they just want to be a discount coach, that's okay. Because if you know like the vital process, successful coaches typically start out as challengers, right?
Yeah.
Because they're getting the discount doesn't make them any different, or doesn't change the fact that they still could become an active coach. Like Michelle is somebody who was a discount coach forever. And then she wanted to kind of jump in and start working. Like, imagine if I would have backed off from Michelle. Like, she's a rock star coach now, and she brought you in, Jen. So I think that when you sign a discount coach, this is what I do anyway, I always offer them the opportunity to be in our coach group. Because I find that like when people start to see what our team is like and they feel that community, like they might change their mind, you know? So like give them that option to say, you know, we have this team page, you're signed up as a coach, you can be added in, or, you know, you don't have to be, but I think it's a really great resource for you as far as like accountability goes. So allow them to be in there.
So I also, I must, sometimes I feel like I might be a little special at times, because I go to click on the, you know, the Team Evolved thing, and the only thing I see, the cover, and I can see the GSR call, the recording, but I can never find our files. Like, I have no idea where our files are. Just now, well, just like even the challenge, like the Google Docs and stuff, I can never find them. And so then I don't know how to find them with other ones. Now I just saw the search button, and I did find the Team Evolved new coach checklist and the 30 days.
Okay, if you click on the cover photo, and you see, hold on, I'm going through it right now so I can actually tell you. You probably don't see it because it's the see more looks like a link. It looks like part of the link for Team Calendar, but it's not. So if you click on see more, there's a whole list of links there.
Where is see more? Like, go to click. Where am I clicking? Click here.
Hold on, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, desktop.
See more.
Okay,
you see the front door. I see it now.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people miss that actually because it's part of the link. I don't know why my internet's so slow, but right here, see more.
Yeah, I see it now. Because I get stuck there, and I'm like, I just can never find, and I never want to post. I can't find it because then I know Mindy's going to jump right back on. Mindy, I love you. But then I'm like, she's got to think this 43-year-old woman just is clueless. But I literally would click on it going, I don't know. And then I would never tell my coaches it's there because I couldn't explain that there was more underneath it.
Okay, let Jennifer be an example to all of you. Don't not ask something because you feel silly. If you have to, send a private message to somebody if you don't want to post it in the group. But guys, don't hold yourself back from like not knowing things just because you feel silly. I still do stupid things all the time like that. But look, if you go to files, you can also see everything we've ever uploaded. So,
well, wait, where's the file section?
Right here on the side.
Oh, look, on the left-hand side.
On the left-hand side.
Seriously, I don't think that's been there ever. I think it's just there today.
Well, actually, They did update Facebook. It used to be here along this little border here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it disappeared.
Yeah, you just gotta like look around. It's like
oh my
old. You just have to look like
gosh.
All right.
I swear to God, I've not been drinking. I swear. I'm fine. I just really wow.
Well, who knows? Maybe someone else had that question too. So we helped them out.
I doubt. I think everyone else has got it together.
We all have our things. It's fine.
Ooh. Maybe you guys could just make me feel better and ask me a question.
I couldn't find
that I know something. Hi, Christy.
I said I couldn't find the Seymour part forever on the cover, so don't feel bad. Until I finally was like, oh, there it is. Yeah.
See? We're all hot messes. It's fine.
Oh my God.
Mindy, are you okay?
She's probably on the floor laughing.
She's crying, I think. What else? What else is there? Anyone else have another silly question?
Dying. Great. Your daily dose of like not energized, but like get a good laugh in.
Well, I'm glad you asked it. I mean, I can't imagine you going like years without knowing that. It's crazy.
Well, or I try to create something on my own and I'm like, I know there's an easier way. There's an easier way, but I don't want to ask today because I've had my 3 limit questions.
I think we also, I think a lot of the challengers don't realize that as well. Maybe we should do a live video because in the group, when I do like, if you're in my group, you see like the photo albums of like Shakeology recipes and all that. And a lot of they see more, and I don't think people ever click there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Thanks.
That's great. Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Anything you guys have questions about or like want to add about helping new coaches, or maybe something you struggle with? Maybe Brooke, do you have anything that like, cause you're a new coach, anything that, you know, is that you're struggling with right now to give us some insight? Like what's something you need help with or like wish were different or something?
I am just struggle with information overload. I think for me, there's like the Team Evolve group, the Mission Slim Possible, you know, there's just so much coming at me all at once. Being new, that's kind of, I think, what I struggle with. So prioritizing, you know, having a new schedule that I'm trying to incorporate, having clients and whatever, people that I'm helping, I'm starting conversations, but then I don't know, how many days to follow up. And then, you should be posting this many times and, checking in with this group. And it's just, for now, for me, it just feels like a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it. It just, like today when we talk later at some point, and I didn't bring a calendar with me, but I want to literally sit down with a calendar in front of me, because that's what they talked about. I think it was last week's National Wake Up Call, is scheduling it out. So I think that would help me a lot. I know it's helped me with meals and workouts, so of course it would help.
Yeah, I think scheduling is super important, especially for new people. So maybe that's something that we can also focus on when we sign a new coach, is like helping them through that. Like for me, something that I've developed over the years is in my planner. I showed you guys this in the team page. I put all of the groups that I need to check in on, I put them in my planner. I do that like on Sunday or Saturday. I put them on every single day. Like I put Team Evolve, Mission Slim Possible, Push to Grow, If It Fits Your Macros, and Instagram, like everything that I need to do. And it's all there so that I know these are my basics. And then anything else I need to add extra, I do. But like, I know that these are the things I must do. And honestly, like checking into Evolve and like your challenge group should only take you, like spend like 5 minutes really. Cause if there's a bunch of coaches in there with you, if we all do 5 minutes, I mean, it should, I hope you can't hear that lawnmower. It's super loud. if we all do 5 minutes of checking in, then it should be fine, right? Like our challengers should feel supported. But if only one of us is trying to take on all of that, then that's where the overwhelm comes. Same with Evolve. Just scroll through and make sure, like I check in the morning. I'll check in, maybe once during the afternoon, and then I check in at night. I don't spend forever in there. I just make sure that I didn't miss anything. And then, what else was I going to say? I also, this is something I just started doing recently. I used to get up early and do my workout, which this is going to be different for everybody because we all have different schedules. But I found that I'm more productive if I get up at 4:45, and then I spend an hour of like focused work, because in the morning, that's when I'm most focused. I'm like, I drink my Energize, I can sit down, it's quiet in my house, I have no distractions, I'm not like tempted to watch TV or anything of that because I just got up. And I go through my list, and I always I try to clean out my inbox. So I do all of my check-ins, like respond to emails. I try to check into my groups at that time, and I try to do any posts. Like if I know I'm going to be doing a long post for that day, if it's like a transformation day, I'll write it out in the morning. So it's like an hour of just super focused work, and that has worked better for me. So then I do my workout after Cole goes to school. That's going to be changing because he's going to be on summer break. But
it's a huge change.
What'd you say?
It's a huge change having him home. Whew.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. Yeah, he's probably going to be like right here in all of my videos, like all summer.
Yep.
Like, can you give me a snack?
Okay.
Water. So, it's just about like scheduling and being intentional about it and finding the time that works best for you. I mean, it took me 3 years to figure out that I need to do some focused work in the morning, because I didn't do that for the longest time, but that's what works for me. So if I try to sit down at like 7 p.m., I'm like, my mind is done. Like I can't work at 7 p.m.
Yeah, no.
One thing that helped me when I was a new coach is I got really overwhelmed with the notifications on my Facebook. Like I went from getting like 2 notifications to like 50, and it stressed me out. I was like, oh my God. And I felt the need to go through and check every single notification. So what I did was I turned my notifications off. Now, on the flip side, don't turn them off and forget that you need to do those things, but I turned them off. So then that way it wasn't like a constant, like in my face every time I checked my phone, there was 100 billion notifications. I turned them off, and then I have specific times throughout the day that I go in and check, like really early in the morning, usually around lunchtime, and then at night before I go to bed. So that way I still checked in and I still commented and liked and encouraged, hey, throughout the day, but I just wasn't right in my face all the time. I can't be scared. Every time I talk, every single time, it never fails. I got one potty training who just peed in her underwear and is cleaning the table with the wipe that she cleaned up her pee with.
Oh my God. That's mom life. Yeah. All right. Good luck with that. That's a good tip. Turn off your notifications. And we share that with our new coaches too, Sorry, Brooke. I didn't even think of that. All right. I think that's pretty good. I think that's a good list of things. If you guys think of anything else, share it in the thread. Anything else we need to talk about? It's almost 10:30.
I just have one more question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mindy.
I just wanted to add one thing to the whole when you recruit coaches. I think I struggle that not everybody's like me and is like crazy like I am, and that everybody works at their own pace. So I think I tend to overwhelm my coaches, and I've been trying to be better at it. But yeah, like when I started, that's how it was. Like Jackie tagged me in 45,000 things, and I just did them because that's my personality. But a lot of other people, you do that and then they die. So, and you killed them.
And then they die. And then you never hear from them again.
That's it. Off the face of the earth, done. Unfriended.
Yeah, we don't want to kill anyone, so don't do that. Go ahead, Jennifer.
So remember some time back, because I'm trying to look for it now, we had something to give to the challengers, not the welcome pack, but where they could put their weight and their goals it was attached to your welcome pack, Erica.
Mm-hmm.
And like it had Team Evolve, and then you could put like the weight, their measurements. Where is that? I can't find that anymore.
I'll find it and tag you. I forget what it's called, but yeah, it is at the end of my welcome packet too. That Challenger checklist, right?
Well, it only part of it is in your welcome check, like only half of part of it.
Huh?
Yeah, when you print it off, it's only like half of it.
Hold on a second. I'm like gonna look at it right now. So the one where like page 1 is like, congratulations on taking this first step, and then there's okay,
The
goals,
last page.
goals and accountability. Mine shows the whole thing.
Yeah, when I pull it up, it doesn't show it.
I think that's it. Does anyone else have that problem?
It's probably just a Jennifer problem.
It's just a Jennifer. I don't know. I'll see if I can find the original document. The
Okay.
one that didn't. I know I have it. I just forget what it was called when I uploaded it. So I'll find it and tag you.
Okay. Because I was looking in the challenge section, but I couldn't find it.
Okay. All right. Anything else? All right, ladies. Thanks for joining us this morning. This is a big group. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you next week, but of course, if you have questions, share them in the downline thread so that everyone can learn from it. I'm going to stop record.